Xtreme, them Gainz, Xtreme, shit we see, Xtreme. Wanna know about corruption? Well, listen to what I see. An algorithmic money making, taking, thinking, fucking scheme. If you let it, they'll get it. They'll gut you till you bleed. A lot of y'all been fucked by the bucket that you think it's free. Yeah, it's the team, Big Xtreme.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Extreme Gains family? I'm Chuck, and this is Extreme Gains. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Sunday, Fun Day Sunday, February 19th, 2023, and this is my AMC, GME, and SPY weekly update and preparation video where I go over everything that I am personally looking at and looking for with all three tickers moving into this upcoming week. I'm going to do that by going over some of my regulars, my intra-week snake Algo method, and some technical levels and technical setups. So with all of that said, let's dig in. Two quick announcements. Number one, market is closed tomorrow. Do not forget about that. Market will be closed tomorrow. It will reopen on Tuesday, February 21st. And then on Wednesday, February 22nd, I will be live here on the YouTube channel and on the Twitch channel all day long for the Wednesday live stream starting at 9 a.m. Eastern until market close. Set a reminder, come by, hang out with us, trade with us. I hope to see you all then. All right, diving right into the charts. Currently on your screen is AMC and my current set of intra-week snakes. AMC finished the day on Friday, regular trading hours, down 0.19% and then down an additional 0.19% in after hours, ending the week trading at 523. The current set of intra-week snakes are red the day prior to the previous divergence from and completion of fulfillment of the previous intra-week snake, and blue the day of that same divergence. Red has been the most accurate the day prior to since its original placement. You can see the continued fulfillment of it throughout, and once again, last week was no exception. It continued to fulfill its projection absolutely dead on. You can see the location of price action within it and what the upcoming projection is from it moving forward into this upcoming week if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then blue, the day of divergence, started out fulfilling, and then we had a large fractal mirroring that happened, and then a potential convergence back with it as discussed in last week's weekly update and prep video, and it continued to fulfill as well as it was projecting the exact same thing as the red day prior to. The only difference here is it's projecting a higher top than what the red day prior to is. So that will be the difference in the characteristics of movements and potential subsequent fulfillment that I will be looking at regarding these intra-week snakes moving into this upcoming week. Then from a technical perspective, this is a pretty cut and dry technical setup here on AMC. I had talked about this macro double top on the daily third, and we got that fulfillment with that macro neckline back downside. That neckline breached back downside. We put in the compressed compact W, sharing that neckline back upside, breached it, and ran right to the local 4-hour third, and we've now double topped right on that 4-hour third. So the framework is exactly that, the shared neckline to downside and the top to upside. That will be the framework that I will be using. I will be looking for one of two potential scenarios. Either this to break down off of this double top, breach that neckline to the downside, and then the retesting of the subsequent lows that we have there from previous price action, or for it to potentially compress compact a W here above this neckline for a move back up and a retest of the top, and then an invalidation of that top and a move up to either one of these top locations regarding the intra-week snakes that I have marked here on the chart. So in those two scenarios, the levels that I will be looking at will be to the downside, that shared neckline, that shared neckline, 503, and then followed by 443, and then 430, and then 380. Back upside, a retest of that top at 550. I'm calling it 550. It's 548, but I want to see a 550 breach because of this 4-hour third sitting up above it. 550 to 580, 580 to 655, 655 to $7. And that is everything that I am looking at with AMC. Up next is GME. GME finished the day on Friday, regular trading hours, up 1.81%, and then down 0.09% in after hours, ending the week trading at 21.97. The current set of intra-week snakes are on the screen. Red, the day prior to. Blue, the day of, the previous divergence from, and completion of fulfillment of the previous intra-week snake right here. You can see the continued fulfillment essentially of both of them. It has been a little more accurately fulfilling the day prior to, as it's very obvious. However, I am going to leave the blue day of intact for the time being, as I think it could potentially be mirroring this consolidative area. And if it were, then I'd be expecting an invalidation of that top and a move right back upside for that convergence back with it, versus the fulfilling of the day prior to the downside as it's showing. So I'm going to leave it there for the time being. And that is where we are at. You can see the continued fulfillment of the red day prior to with all of last week, as well as the day of with that upside move and fulfillment of the upside projection thus far. So you can see what the projection likewise for both of them would be if price action were to continue to fulfill them moving into this upcoming week. From a technical perspective, GME had breached that neckline to downside, put the compressed compact W in right on that macro ascending level of support. Neckline breach back upside for a retest of the top. We ran back up to the previous 4-hour third. This was the box top dissolve build out here, break down to the double bottom, and right back up to that third. And that's where we were building out that top. Came down in, compressed compact W, back up for a retest right on that third. So essentially the same thing as AMC is what I'm going to be looking at with GME. That framework here will be top up, neckline down, neckline here, top right on that third. So in that scenario, looking at both of those potentially, the levels that I will be looking at will be that third top up, so 2250 to the upside, and then followed by 2451, followed by 2525, followed by 2715. Then back downside, the neckline at 2095. A breach of it, followed by 2002, then 19, then 17. And that is everything that I am looking at with GME. Last but not least is SPY. SPY finished the day on Friday, regular trading hours, down 0.25%, and then up 0.03% in after hours, ending the week trading at 407.38. The previous, which was the current intra-week snake, got diverted from on Thursday, what appears to be Thursday last week. This intra-week snake had fulfilled its projection dead on for 4.5 weeks until the divergence that occurred on Thursday. So anytime I get a divergence, all of you or most of you know, that's where the interchange happens from the current fulfilling to the next potential intra-week snake. So what I've done is I've clipped a set of 3, and I have them right here. Blue would be the day of that divergence. Orange would be either or, and red would be the day prior to only. And the days that I clipped were Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday. Blue is Thursday, orange is Wednesday, red is Tuesday. So let's take a look at them. Red day prior to only. With its overlap, you can see the fulfillment of it with all of Thursday and now Friday's price action. And you can see the location of price action within it and what the projection would be from it moving forward into this upcoming week if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Orange, either or. And what I mean by either or is if this is the day prior to, this is the day of that divergence. If this is the day of, this is the day prior to. So it's an either or until I can define which set we are fulfilling and following. Here is the either or. This is in the mirrored position as it was the only valid position of it. With its overlap, you can see the fulfillment and now the fulfillment of all of Thursday and Friday's price action, the location of price action within it, and what the projection would be from it moving into this upcoming week if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Then blue, the day of, which was Thursday's clip. Again, the overlap projecting all of Thursday and all of Friday's price action. You can see the location of price action within it and what the projection would be from it moving into this upcoming week if price action were to continue to fulfill it. I'm going to throw all three of them on here just so you can see the difference between the three of them. Right there they are. Blue and red, day of and day prior to, essentially show the exact same thing for a period of time here, whereas the orange either or shows a hard continuation to upside for a retest of this macro box top build out framework and top. That will be the difference in characteristics of movements that I'll be looking for to try to define which set we are following. Then from a technical perspective on SPY, this is a super simple setup. I talked about this in last week's weekly update and prep, and it played out perfectly. We are essentially sitting somewhat in the same setup as we were 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago here in this bottom, just underneath the upper neckline. So what we have here is a box top on this macro third that had been pulled back December 15th, projecting all of this price action, and we are now building out this box top build out on that macro third. What we have here is an M formation up here, up here, up here. We have a W compressed in between the two of them, making up one mid-sized M formation. And then this here would be the neckline for that. Same thing here, neckline for those top M's. However, the lower neckline down here would be for the larger potential M that is forming here. So we have the top framework as resistance, an upper neckline, and a lower neckline. So I'm looking for one of two scenarios. Either this thing to, whether it goes from its current position like it did back here and breach that neckline for a retest of previous top, or if it wants to come back down in somewhat for a double bottom locally here and then breach it back upside, therefore fulfilling the compressed compact W for the continuation back upside, ultimately for a retest of that previous top, or looking for a rejection off of that upper neckline back down to test this lower neckline bottom, and then a potential breach of it if it doesn't provide that W bounce back upside, and then a move down here to this reverse third that I have set up in here for it as well. With those scenarios in mind, the levels that I will be looking at will be to the downside, a release from its current position and a rejection off of that upper neckline. The first level to the downside that I'll be looking at will be 404.12, followed by 401, followed by 394. Back upside, a breach of that shared neckline, 408.25 is that level. Be looking for a move back up to this internal ascending level of support for a retest of it around 410, call it 411. And then a breach of it, the next level up will be the retest of that previous top at 417. My friends, my family, that is everything that I have that I am personally looking at with all three tickers moving into this upcoming week. And that is everything I have for this video. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you all very much. I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to smash the like button on the way out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do that as well. Good luck in the markets this week. I hope you all are enjoying your extended weekend, and I hope more importantly you all make some extreme gains for yourselves this week. Don't forget, live stream right here on Wednesday starting at 9 a.m. until market close all day long. Make sure you come by for that. Take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you all on Wednesday for the live stream. Later, y'all.